Good afternoon. On behalf of our students and staff at Liberty, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Liberty High class of 2022. This marks the 5th commencement program for Liberty High and only the second group of seniors to graduate who have been with us for all 4 years of their high school experience. Thank you for joining us to share in this special event with our faculty, staff, and graduating seniors. For those who are able, please rise as the Liberty Symphonic Orchestra, directed by Miss Annie Savage, welcomes our graduates into the arena to the playing of Pomp and Circumstance. At this time, our Liberty Singers, under the direction of Mr. Rob Williams and Miss Caitlin Braneman, will perform our national anthem. Please remain standing until the completion of the Star-Spangled Banner. Please be seated. We begin this afternoon's program with introductions. First, seated on the far right side of the stage are members of our school board. With us today are Board President Sean Eystone, Vice President Ruthina Malone, Directors J.P. Clausen, Jane Finch, Maka Pilcher-Hayek, and Lisa Williams. Our school board members are joined by Superintendent Matt Degner. Also with me today on stage is my administrative team, Assistant Principals Kimberly Fitton and Emily O'Donnell, Dean of Students Keaton Rickles, Leadership Fellow Alexi Lalagos, and Athletic Director Mike Morrison. Our faculty speaker selected by our senior class is Social Studies teacher Melissa Neese. Miss Neese is joined by our three senior speakers, Pomeldi Madiabo, Paran Rastogi, and Bia Kasky. School counselors Troy Bergman, Jenny Naughton, Myra Hoskin, and Shelby Bryce will be seated on the floor to my left. Lastly, we have several Liberty teachers and staff who have joined us today and are seated in the party suite. They'll have a great view of students' smiling faces as they receive their diploma covers, and what group is more deserving to have the special seat like they are. I also wanted to thank our outgoing assistant principal, Miss Kimberly Fitton. She has served Liberty for the past 4 years, and on July 1st, Miss Fitton will officially take over as building principal at Northwest Junior High School. Thank you, Miss Fitton. We also sincerely appreciate the support provided by the parents, guardians, family members, and friends of our seniors who were able to join us in the arena today, as well as those who are tuning in via our live stream. Students in the Liberty High class of 2022, you did it. Nice job. Where do I start? Saying that your class had a unique high school experience may be one of the biggest understatements ever. Most of you entered Liberty for the first time as ninth graders during the 2018-2019 school year. That was Liberty High's second year of existence, and our last year with a partial senior class. Your sophomore year, or Liberty's third year of existence, should have been our first regular school year, as we would finally have 4 full classes of students in our building all together at once. As a school community, we started to build a lot of positive momentum during your freshman and sophomore years, and there were so many great things that you were helping to establish and build here at Liberty. And then as suddenly as your high school experience began, our world country, state, county, district, and subsequently Liberty High School suddenly closed our physical doors, almost overnight. But I'm not going to spend much time at all today talking to you about the COVID-19 pandemic. Not to say that the pandemic was not significant or that didn't have a substantial impact on your high school experience. Rather, I would prefer to use my quickly diminishing time with you today to talk about more important things. Plus, I'm confident that the principal did his homework and read the other speeches, so I know that's going to be covered later today. My message to you also will be brief this afternoon. I only have one piece of advice I want to share with you before you move on to the next chapter of your life. That piece of advice is centered on the power of kindness. Don't ever underestimate the power of kindness. This world that you have all grown up in may seem like a scary place at times. You've grown up hearing about the threats of economic instability, climate change, terrorism, war, gun violence, and of course the worldwide pandemic. You've seen our politicians and perhaps even our own community grow even more polarized, with all sides demonizing each other. You are deeply involved in social media's never-ending onslaught on truth and kindness. You may ask yourself, what can be done? What can one person do to break down the metaphorical walls that have been built? Kindness. Kindness. When someone disagrees with your point of view, don't hate them for how they view the world. Treat them with kindness and try to understand the world from their vantage point. When you start college and meet your random roommate for the first time, make them feel welcome by your kindness. When you are working at your summer job, treat your colleagues and customers with kindness because you never really know what people are going through. 20 years from now, when you're in a position to lead employees from a place of authority, treat those under your supervision with kindness, those under your care with kindness. I came across an article in the Harvard Business Review that studied kindness and the power it had in the workplace. Not surprisingly, research indicated that organizations who actively foster kindness benefit from it. Their employees are happier, they have a greater sense of belonging, they have a greater meaning to life, and the organizations studied were all found to be more profitable if that was their focus, or just effective in general if profit was not the focus. This may sound like an overly simplistic answer to some of the most incredibly challenging topics that we face here in our world today. However, the more experience I gain, the more convinced I become that kindness is a key factor in making a difference in this world. When you leave here today, make a commitment to be kind to as many people as possible that you cross paths with each day. If you can make a commitment to be kind, I promise you will live a happier life, and one that is more meaningful. Not only that, but kindness is contagious, and the more people who choose kindness, the better our entire world will become. My hope for the graduates is that you see what we were trying to achieve with you at Liberty these past 4 years. I have no doubt that you took away many lessons from your academic courses because your teachers are fantastic. But more importantly, I hope you walk away from Liberty knowing that we care deeply about each and every one of you. I hope you could feel the kindness when you walk through the doors every day at Liberty. We wanted to strengthen and enhance your own core values by providing learning opportunities that are applicable beyond the classroom. We wanted to create a safe space where all of you felt a sense of belonging. Our hope is that you walk away feeling that we made a difference in your life and that you are well prepared to make a difference in the life of others. Thank you, seniors, for everything you gave to Liberty, and congratulations on your graduation. At this time, we're going to welcome back our Liberty Singers. Senior choir members, please join your fellow singers. The Liberty Singers will be performing 2 songs in honor of our graduates here today. The first song is titled, "The Road Home."
I can call
Now our Liberty Choir will perform our alma mater, Hail to Thee, O Liberty. Similar to when our fight song is performed, please rise and remain standing if you are able during the singing of the alma mater. You may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Williams, Ms. Branneman, and the Liberty Choir for your performance. It is now my pleasure to introduce our senior speakers, Flameldi Madiabo, followed by Paran Rastogi and Bia Kasky.
Good afternoon to all the families, teachers, coaches, and staff, and congratulations to the best graduating class of 2022. My name is Flameldi Madiabo, and it's an honor to be here before you all today. Before proceeding, I would like to give thanks to God, and I'm extremely grateful to be graduating today, and for all my amazing friends He's put into my life, and for the blessings He's given to me as a whole. I would also like to acknowledge my mom and dad. Thank you both for upbringing me into the woman I am today, and for the continuous sacrifices that you both continue to make. I love you both very, very much. Liberty Admin, thank you for giving me this opportunity, as well as all the phenomenal staff members and a few individuals I would like to recognize. Senora Oblander, Ms. Savage, Ms. Saylor, Mr. Lalagos, and Mr. Legan. Thank you all for being such a positive influence on me and making an impact on Liberty overall and making this high school experience enjoyable. Reflecting back on the last 4 years of high school, we experienced the first day jitters, wondering if high school was just like the movies and realizing that it's not. We've experienced football games, pep rallies, spending time with our friends, extracurricular activities, running to our classes freshman year, eating lunch together, and of course, teachers trying new TikTok dance moves. We've also experienced these things all together, and they were unforgettable. As well as all the fun times we've experienced a global pandemic, getting our sophomore year cut short, and not being able to see each other for an extended amount of time. And I know that many of you also struggled through the pandemic as well in many different ways. Whether it was feeling isolated or struggling with mental health, or not being able to see each other or your families and friends. Although this was hard for all of us, looking back on the bright side, online learning taught me 2 valuable lessons. 1, turn off your camera so that you can get the most sleep as possible. And 2, when in doubt, blame everything on your internet. On a more serious note, not only did the pandemic cause a lot of adversity, but taking a look back at the wave of uncivil unrest in the United States and the wrongful murder of George Floyd, Dante Wright, Andre Hill, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, Stephen Clark, Ahmaud Arbery, and many more wrongful murders that led to many protests against the systemic racism towards African Americans in the United States in the form of police brutality. And with that being said, we continue to say their names and honor the lives that have died wrongfully. The world we live in today isn't a perfect place, and it was never intended to be. But class of 2022, it is our time to take over. Our voices will be the ones to create a movement against the wrongdoings and injustices in our communities. And we have to be the ones to stand up for what's right. We have to build relationships, we have to be advocates, and we have to take care of our loved ones and continuously build connections with people and even with those who may be different from you. Being a student here at Liberty opened my eyes to a lot over the last few years. Not everything was always rainbows and butterflies, and to be honest, it wasn't always easy either, especially with being a minority and a Black woman. Whether it was being a person of color, the only person of color in a few of my advanced classes, or having microaggressive comments being made, or even my unique ideas or concepts being ignored by teachers or classmates, or even a teacher being shocked that I did well on a test or understood the material. From what I've experienced, I know that no matter how hard I try or how hard I work, there's always going to be someone that doesn't believe in me or my potential, and that's okay. And maybe it's because of the color of my skin, but I knew that I wanted to do something about it. Being a part of Black Student Union here at Liberty is one of my many accomplishments, and I am extremely grateful for all the staff and admin who made this possible. I'm also immensely proud of all the students who participated to make this possible as well. BSU was another way to establish the trait belonging here at Liberty for all people and to uplift the minorities and underrepresented voices so that our voices will be heard. It is also a place to improve race relations, expand cultural and ideas, and identify problems in our schools to figure out solutions and to build awareness. My experiences here at Liberty also showed me my support systems, along with my mentors. I've always been a person who doesn't fear to challenge myself and see how far I can go. Even when people diminish or judge based on my outward appearance, I keep going regardless of what they say and continue to work hard. One critical thing I learned from high school was not to be consumed by my unique challenges, but instead to let my challenges and obstacles motivate me rather than to destroy me. And this is the true definition of resilience. Fellow graduates of Liberty High School, in moments where adversity may feel suffocating, reflect on your own resilience. We've made it through isolation, loss, online school, college admissions, finals, and academic challenges as a whole. But most importantly, we've made it through high school, and you should be very proud of yourselves. There are so many new things and exciting things that await us in our near future, and we have so much to look forward to. So go out there, be optimistic, be hopeful, and be confident knowing we will meet future challenges with the resilience that we have demonstrated time and time again. Always remember to be kind, stand up for what's right, and never let anyone get in the way of your dreams. And lastly, in all you do, be the best. Congratulations, class of 2022. I wish each and every one of you the best in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Melody, and thank you, Mr. Colbert, administration, counselors, staff, parents, siblings, relatives, and everyone else in the crowd for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Paran Rastogi, and I've been a proud member of many of the amazing activities and organizations available at Liberty. From BPA to tennis to NHS to Science Bowl and much, much more, I've had an unforgettable 4 years here. Most of you who know me as a math and numbers kind of guy. So let's break that down. 4 years, 140 weeks, 700 days, around 5,400 hours, 324,000 minutes, and 19,440,000 seconds. Can you believe that? We've spent 19,440,000 seconds together because of school. Wow. But one number sticks with me, and that number is 168. It's a simple number and one of my favorites. I want you to keep that number in mind because I'm going to come back to that later on. Now, I want to start off by congratulating all 285 of us, my fellow peers, in the class of 2022, for sticking through this and making it all the way to graduation, 1,375 days after our very first one, all the way back in August of 2018. Give yourselves a round of applause. You deserve it. Not only to the students, but our 158 staff members too. From custodial staff keeping everything clean, to the kitchen staff keeping us fed, counselors and admin providing us support and resources to help us succeed, and to the teachers dealing with all the students who procrastinated their schoolwork due to the senioritis this year. And yes, I'm guilty of it too. Sorry, Mr. Anderson, if you're out there. Thank you for keeping the school running and sticking with us these past 4 years, or 19,440,000 seconds with us. You all deserve a round of applause too. I could focus on all of the tough times we've been through, and believe me, this class has been through a lot, but I'm not here to do that today. I want to focus on the positives of our time at Liberty. I'll start by walking you through one of my memories. It was freshman year. I had just got into school at 7:30 for an early morning BPA meeting, and I remember wondering why a good portion of the parking lot was already this full this early in the morning. Making my way through the school, I saw football players coming out of the weight room drenched in sweat from one of Coach Pink's killer strength workouts. I saw volleyball players running through drill lines in the main gym, practicing for the upcoming state qualifiers. I saw students at the cafeteria and library tables working on projects, doing homework, and tutoring their friends. Passing by the music wing, I could hear a few of our many extremely talented musical groups filling the hallways with their fine-tuned melodies. Walking by teachers' classrooms, I could see science experiments being set up and lesson plans being made for students. Everyone at this school was working towards making some sort of positive impact, whether that be for their team, their musical group, their own students, themselves, or even just the general community. Everyone was being productive, even at 7:30 in the morning. And as time went on, every time I would walk into school early or leave school late, I would see the same scenes. It wasn't just a one-time thing. It was a lifestyle and a school norm that happened day in and day out on weekdays and weekends all throughout the year. That's what I love about our Liberty community. With so many diverse and unique students, everyone follows their own passions and interests. They turn their dreams into reality and are always finding some way to make positive progress. Our students have poured numerous hours into this growth, tens of thousands of hours on the fields, on the courts, working at jobs, studying for tests, volunteering throughout our community, practicing instruments, creating art, cleaning up the school, tutoring their peers. Each and every one of us has made countless impacts. But I'm a numbers guy, so let's count these impacts. At the beginning of this speech, I said that we had 140 weeks throughout high school to make an impact. And what was that number I told you to remember? 168, yep. See, I told you I'd come back to that number. I know at least a few of you thought I had forgotten about it. 168, it's a simple number. It represents the number of hours in each week, hours that we will never get back. And some may see it as just hours we won't get back, but I don't like to see it that way. Nope, the way I see it is 168 opportunities. 168 opportunities to make an impact. 168 chances to improve your life. 168 times you can make a difference in someone else's life. 168 hours each week to make 168 impacts to change this world and make it a better place in some way, shape, or form. And I know you might say, Parin, I know you're good at math, but did you just forget about and completely ignore the 8 hours of sleep we need each night? And to that, I say no. And while I may have finished school last Tuesday, I still haven't lost my edge. Yet. The way I see it, any positive impact you make, no matter how large or grandiose, no matter how small or minute, is transformative. Even by doing something as simple as sleeping, you are making an impact in your own life. You prepare yourself for the coming day, you wake up a little bit happier, you smile a little bit more, and you have a little bit more energy to make even more positive impacts throughout the day. I think TV producer Shonda Rhimes said it best when she talked about people achieving their dreams and acting on them. I think a lot of people dream, and while they are busy dreaming, the really happy people, the really successful people, the really interesting, engaged, powerful people are busy doing. And another wise piece of advice I've received was a saying not from a celebrity, but from my very own dad. And while he may not have coined the phrase, he did always tell me, aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Both of these statements are a call to action, reminding us to use our time wisely, follow our passions, do what we want to do, and most importantly, make an impact. Now, as we go our separate ways after today, I'd like to say I am incredibly grateful for each and every one of you and the impacts you have had on my life. I can say with confidence that the potential of this class is unlimited, and I know you will do extraordinary things throughout your lives. And lastly, I want to challenge you. Challenge you to make those 168 impacts every week and make this world a better place. Congratulations, Liberty Class of 2022.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Via Kasky, and I just wanted to start off by copying what just Parin said. Congratulations, we did it. So, of course, I'm honored to be giving the last of the student speeches, and I'm humbled to share this stage with so many passionate leaders from across the district. I'm also grateful to go last, as I tend to be slightly unpunctual sometimes, so any extra time is always helpful for me. And fortunately, I managed not to be late on my graduation day, but I do want to note that my dog ripped up my graduation cap, so we're having some struggles with this one today, but those are some unique challenges that we all face to get here today. So, although we may all look alike in our matching purple gowns today, it is still evident to everyone here, your families, friends, and overall community, that we have all taken a different path to this point, and that in life in the future, our roads might perhaps continue to diverge. What our unique journeys do share is that they have all called for tremendous effort, strength, and courage from all of us. In the process of writing this graduation speech, I struggled to find the words to capture the feeling that is standing on this stage, knowing that today is our high school graduation day. How it feels to know that we have gone through a storm, weathered it, and come out the other side stronger for it. I'm led only with the guidance of talking about myself and my interests, so it may seem obvious to those who know me, but I'm going to be talking about the earth today. So it truly is an end of the era, our last day as Bolts. Like the history of the earth, each era of high school says goodbye to the past. I'm just going to take this off. There we go. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You know, Maverick likes to make his appearances. So like the history of the earth, each era of high school says goodbye to the past and looks forward to the innovation and promise of a new future. Some of these eras encapsulate great examples of adaptation and evolutionary triumph, but others are undoubtedly full of disaster. I'd like to say that our freshman and sophomore years were full of a little bit of both. This Paleozoic time was bursting with life and possibility when we entered Liberty High in 2018. What we can call our primary succession onto Liberty was truly a time of transformation and growth. We had no evolutionary successors, no traditions or legacies to be guided by, but it's clear that this didn't stop us. Like a species that emerges from the water to the shore, we took great strides in establishing innovative opportunities. The class of 22 pioneered athletics, implemented clubs, and constructed stellar journalism, academic, and art programs. Making the best of our blank slate, we created the values for an entire community to be founded upon just when we were freshmen. However, as our time on Earth lengthened and our customs began to cultivate, the meteorite struck. For a while, there was no way for me to reconcile my lost junior year with the rest of my life. I know for all of us, it was a period of time we couldn't get back, grades we couldn't change, and opportunities we would never see again. It felt like the end of the world. But, just like the Earth, it is only when the smoke clears can we see what remains of our planet. We have to ask ourselves one question in this moment. What do we do with the dead oceans of our lives? How do we look forward after losing a year? But like the Earth, the only answer is to be resilient, to take a catastrophic, life axis-altering experience and find the strength to march forward. Beginning this past year as a new era, the class of 2022 showcased a new sense of durability. We wholeheartedly invested in a short time that we had left together. Even though it was just the beginning of our journey, we knew that life before was not the same as it was when we came back this year. Coming back, we were no longer immature sophomores, but apparently emerging adults, and we had a responsibility of a senior class. We returned as leaders with ambition for an establishment of a legacy, with a commitment to our community that can be summarized no better by none other than a Scottish rugby player, Nelson Henderson, as he says, "The true meaning of life is to plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit." We invested in the life of our planet and our school, knowing that we may not forever be on its soil. We entered our senior year confronted with the aftermath of isolation and the fact of starting over. But it didn't take long to discover to invest in the possibilities of Earth tomorrow, we have to ground ourselves in the actions of today. Your presence here reflects that determination to continue forward, to fortify life after tragedy. But what we can't see in our matching graduation robes today is that there was also a life that you weathered in between classes and sometimes during to become the person you are. You have taken your experiences to heart, learned from them, and acted upon them in unprecedented ways. You have become leaders in a school in which you had no other seniors to look up to. You have redefined what it meant to cherish our community. And now as we part, it is up to you to continue to protect these standards of devotion and empathy. It is up to us to carry such resilience, passion, and benevolence into a future we want and a future we deserve. We have and will continue to plant the trees for which future eras can thrive from. And with that, I'm fortunate enough to say congratulations to the Liberty High class of 2022. It's the end of an era, but we truly only just begun. And now, with a heavy heart, I'm pleased to welcome Liberty High Social Studies teacher, Miss Melissa Neese, who will be giving our faculty commencement address.
Hello, graduates, and hello to your community of supporting and loving people. My name is Melissa Neese, and I am a teacher in the Social Studies Department at Liberty. I am so happy for everyone, and I'm so honored to be speaking to you today. Graduates, so many of you have shared with me in the last few weeks about how you feel about this very moment, about the moment where you walk across the stage and exit one part of your life and enter another. You've told me about your nerves and your excitement, your anxiety and impatience for the future, your pride and sense of accomplishment, your sadness to leave people and this place behind, but your anticipation for all that lies ahead of you. This very moment, right now, this one, it really is all the things, isn't it? Take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling right now? What does this moment mean to you? While you consider those things, maybe try to spot someone in the crowd, a family member, maybe one of my amazing colleagues your administrators, coaches, staff, teachers that made a difference for you. Maybe a friend or peer. Take a moment to take all of this in, to let this moment in time soak into your memory. Thank you for taking a moment to do those things. See, you're amazing. When I was thinking about what to say to a group as amazing as this one, and that could live up to a moment like this, I'll admit I was having a hard time putting into words all of the things that I wanted to speak out loud. How do you share one last lesson with a group that has been through so much? There are lessons that I could emphasize one last time: to be curious about yourself and the world around you, to engage, to connect, to advocate for yourself and for others and for what is right, to be loving, to be kind, and to work to create safe places for yourself and others, to be present in your life. All of these felt right, but just not quite enough. And I think that's because I have learned so much from all of you. There aren't enough right words that would be enough of a thank you for all the lessons you taught me. So today, what I really want to say is simply, honestly, sincerely, thank you. Thank you for the inspiration, for sharing your stories, your talents, and your passions, for sharing your vision of what the world can be. Thank you for your curiosity, for asking questions, for all of the learning and the growing, the creativity and transformation. Thank you for your work, for the art, for the music, for the hard-fought competitions, for the scholarship and love of learning, for pushing even on those hard days. Thank you for creating true community, for creating a magical place where you shine brighter together, for simply nodding or saying good morning back even when you're tired, for phone calls and FaceTimes to check in with each other, for turning on your cameras, or for chatting when you weren't quite up for that, for your bravery and vulnerability, for the laughter and the tears, for sharing and supporting one another through your joys, your sorrows, and everything in between. But most of all, thank you for being you. I truly mean that. Thank you. Our community was better and more complete because you are simply you, with everything you are. You all have so much to offer the world. Okay, I'm almost to the end, but we're gonna call this a good Midwestern goodbye, okay? You know, the one where you say goodbye, but then half an hour later, you're still saying goodbye? Yeah, I'm from the Chicago area, so that's really the only goodbye I'm good at. I won't keep you for another half hour, though, I promise. I do have one last thing to share, and then I hope you'll keep the good Midwestern goodbye going by reaching out to let us know how you're doing, even if it's been a few years. So here it is. We've reached the end. The one question so many of you asked was this: what comes next? What happens when you walk across that stage? Well, my answer to you is this: lots of things. But I think I can do better than that. One of my favorite movies includes a scene between a father and son. In the scene, the son has many of the same feelings and emotions that you've shared with me these last few weeks and months: the pressure of expectation and the uncertainty of the future. And in the scene, the son is struggling, like we all do sometimes when faced with tremendous expectation. But then, beautifully, his father tells him this: I see this spark in you. It's amazing. It's why I push you, but it's yours. Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great. I couldn't agree more. Give yourselves a round of applause, class of 2022. We will miss you. All right, please welcome back Principal Colbert to recognize our honorary diploma. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Neese, Plameldi, Parin, Bia. You may now join your classmates. At our first commencement ceremony in 2018, Liberty began the tradition of awarding honorary diplomas. The honorary diploma is reserved for those special school patrons who make significant contributions to the school and its programs. It is viewed as one of the highest honors provided to Liberty supporters that are not graduates or deserving of special recognition. The first honorary diploma recipient today is retired Liberty High teacher Beth Hieronymus. Beth, will you please make your way to the stage as I begin sharing why you are being honored here today? Beth Hieronymus retired from the Iowa City Community School District at the conclusion of the 2020-21 school year. Beth's final 3 years as a teacher were at Liberty High School, where she served as a special education teacher and instructional design strategist. Over her many years in public education, Beth spent the majority of them in the classroom. However, in addition to teaching a couple of classes each day, Beth spent the majority of her time working with Liberty teachers supporting her fellow colleagues. She also worked closely with special education department head on all things related to special education in the building. On a team full of talented teacher coaches at Liberty, Beth's expertise and wisdom in all things education and special education made her indispensable to the entire faculty. In her first year of retirement, Beth has taken full advantage of her extra time and has already embarked on numerous travel adventures across the globe with her husband. In between her travels, Beth has continued to assist us here at Liberty by proctoring AP exams and mentoring teachers pursuing their national board certification. Thank you, honorary diploma recipient Beth Hieronymus. The second honorary diploma recipient today is retiring Liberty High teacher librarian Jan Smith. Jan Smith will retire from the Iowa City Community School District at the conclusion of this school year. For the past 5 years, Jan has been instrumental in establishing the library systems and supports at Liberty High School. Jan was the first faculty member hired by former principal Scott Kibbe and therefore had a strong voice in everything Liberty. She not only helped design the interior space of the library, but also influenced many other spaces throughout the building as well. Jan is a highly respected colleague and instructional leader who possesses a vast amount of wisdom about instructional strategies and the incorporation of technology into the classroom. On most days, Jan could be found teaching different classes or supporting a teacher with an upcoming lesson. However, her greatest contribution has been her great skills in building relationships. Students and staff love spending time in the library because Jan was so intentional about getting to know them and making everyone feel like they belong. Thank you, Jan. The final honorary diploma is being awarded posthumously to the Liberty High School class of 2022 member, Ashley Rensing. Ashley's twin brother, Michael, and her friend, Harley, will be receiving her honorary diploma for Ashley's family. Michael and Harley, please make your way to the stage as I begin sharing about Ashley. Ashley Rebecca Rensing was a member of the Liberty High class of 2022. Ashley passed away in a tragic automobile accident on May 28, 2021, 2 weeks before her 18th birthday. Ashley loved animals of all types and dreamed of being a veterinarian or marine biologist. She believed that all animals deserve love, care, and attention. She would often be found volunteering at the Iowa City Animal Shelter. Ashley also loved school and was an active member of Science Olympiad and the Gardening Club. Somehow, Ashley found time to enlist in the United States Air Force and had requested to be assigned to the Air Force Intelligence Service following basic training. She truly was a bolt in every way and shape of the word, and her family has established a series of scholarships and awarded 5 of them to this senior class here with us today. Ashley was determined, driven, smart, and was poised to do great things in the world after her high school graduation. Thank you to the Rensing family for sharing Ashley with our Liberty family, and Ashley's picture and graduation attire has been placed in front of the stage in her honor today. Thank you, Brensing family. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of the Iowa City Community School District, Mr. Matt Degner.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Colbert. I'm honored to be here with all of you and like to begin, like so many others, for thanking the rest of those with us today. The Board of Education of the Iowa City Community School District, thank you for the time you take to volunteer and lead our district. I also want to say a special thank you to our staff and their commitment to excellence this past year as they once again served through unpredictable events. To the parents, friends, and loved ones with all of our graduates today, thank you for the role you have played in helping them achieve this milestone in their lives. Finally, to you, the graduates, thank you and congratulations. You are why we are here as a school district. You are our purpose, and I could not be more proud of you and your achievement. The word commencement means a beginning or a start. So while this occasion recognizes the completion of your education in our district, it's truly a new beginning and the start of the next step of your journey. My hope is that the successful culmination of your school experience propels you to achieve your goals and dreams. Whether you realize it now or later, you'll be brought back to many moments and memories from this time in your life. Many people have helped you get to this point, and the realization that we can't do it alone is an important learning for all of us to remember. Please take time to tell each and every one of those people thank you and the impact they have made on you. Also, let us remember those that are not able to be here and let their impact be long-lasting as well. Today, I want you to remember two things. You can be a leader, and you have to keep learning. You're officially now among the ranks of those that will determine the course of our future. One of the mentors that I lean on for guidance consistently points out that we all have the ability to lead and that leadership is truly a choice. A lot of people wonder what it takes to lead. If you ask anyone, they will identify characteristics such as service, courage, passion, caring, honesty, charisma, confidence, vision. The list could go on and is undoubtedly long and oftentimes intimidating. But the key to leadership is truly personal growth and what to do in the unknown. Why do so many of us hesitate to become leaders? I believe you have to ask yourself the question, am I willing to change and improve the traits that I have in order to become more effective as a leader? Personal growth is not easy and requires an honest assessment of our abilities and opportunities for improvement. Take time to reflect on how you have grown and pushed yourself outside of your own comfort zone these past several years and what you have gained from those events. Continual growth and reflection is one thing that I wish for each and every one of you. In life, we all get presented in times in which there's no playbook on how to handle the scenario or address the situation. Successfully operating in this undefined space is what provides you with the skills to be a leader. Think about how many unknown situations you've encountered throughout the course of your school experience and how you've overcome them. The secret that the most effective leaders know is that the skill that determines the success or failure more than any other is the ability to draw on the right inner resources in any given moment. Consider that. I can be a leader and still ask for help. I can be confident and still have doubt. I can expect excellence and still be empathetic. I can be direct and still be kind. I can work with urgency and still be patient. I can be strong and still be vulnerable. These are all important realizations for us to come to and own when finding the right solution for the given challenge. I hope that you do choose to lead and live in a way that inspires others to be better because of you. In his book, Think Again, Adam Grant writes that intelligence is usually seen as the ability to think and learn, but in a rapidly changing world, there's another set of cognitive skills that might matter more, the ability to rethink and unlearn. In our daily lives, too many of us favor the comfort of conviction over the discomfort of doubt. We listen to opinions that make us feel good instead of ideas that make us think hard. We see disagreement as a threat to our egos rather than as an opportunity to learn. We surround ourselves with people who agree with our conclusions when we should be gravitating toward those who challenge our thought process. The mark of lifelong learners is recognizing that they can learn something from everyone they meet. Many mission statements in education include phrases about creating lifelong learners. So my challenge for you today, after today, is to keep learning. Recognize that we can learn from anyone. Keep asking yourself questions and surround yourself with people that will ask you to do the same. We have to learn more about each other, from each other, and with each other. Our society needs you to ask hard questions and see issues from multiple perspectives. We need you to create solutions that can be tested and trialed, and when they fail, be willing to try again. Without constant learning and deepening our understanding of one another and the problems that we face, we will never be as great as we can be. We all want you to be great. The question that you have to ask yourself is if you want to be great. And if so, what lengths will you go to in pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself? Justin Colbert, principal of Liberty High School, has indicated that the class of 2022 has met the requirements of the State Board of Education and the Iowa City Community School District. On behalf of the Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to accept the class of 2022. Congratulations.
All right, we're finally there. We're done talking at you. Seniors will now come forward to receive their diplomas. As a reminder, I shared with our seniors during rehearsal, we allow applause for seniors as they cross the stage. However, I want to discourage noisemakers or extended celebrations that may cause the next graduate's name to be missed. Thank you for respecting all our seniors being recognized here today. Superintendent Degner, Board President Eystone, members of the board, all those in attendance, these members of the Liberty High class of 2022 have met the requirements set forth in policy and state law. Therefore, we are, at this time, prepared to present them their diplomas.
We're ready? Okay. Jack Abel. Daria Akis. Jacob Adam. Connor Ahrens. Haley Ahrens. Ama Ajavan. Samer Walid Alaune. Malik Allard. Victoria Lynn Aragon. Lara Arbid. Jude Isaac Karstens Archer. Ethan Armstrong. Ayusma Ariel. Tanner Atwood. Gabriel Antonio Avalos Frosto. Jordan Bachman. Elhad Ba. Regulus Baca. Isaac Scott Baker. Tyson James Baker. Elizabeth Ann Barnett. Ethan Bartachek. Allison Basham. Aaron Beckett. Maxwell Beckman. Gracie Byrice. Andrea Belding. Evan Bender. Raymond Emerson Bennett. Brendan Isaac Benton. Sonia Waverly Blazer. Luke Boyer. Ashley Bonilla. Alexis Busalis. Crystal Bratton. Gabrielle Elizabeth Brecht. Michaela Bronson. Kirk Brotherton. David Brusgard. Alex Burkhart. Jackson Burvey. Ryan Bees. Omar Zuniga. Tatum Calderwood. Jenna Cameron. Andrew Paul Cargan. Gracie Carr. Kyle James Carroll. Sydney Kaler. Grace Sainer. Evan Chandler. Gabe Christian. Shay Church Roberts. Amelia Cleary. Cole Allen Collingwood. Ileana Colon. Allison Colony. Eric Colony. Damon Conzemius. Teresia Copeland. Enrique Ramon Cox. Constance Kryl. Yorlani Cristobal. Kim Cruz. Olivia Sadie Davenport. Caden DeWitt. Adanasia Dis. Quintavious Kavan Dixon. Lily Dor Kehoe. Kyle Dominy. Ava Donnelly. Sophia Dorn. Isley Dykstra. Harley Ehrman. Fatima Samer Elzen. Hope Eldridge. Margaret Wells Ellickson. Ryan Taylor Elmer. Jake Evans. Sophie Fega. Lauren L. Floss. Got it. Kiana Marie Fitzgerald. Lauren L. Floss. Lucas Forbes. Ava Fort. Josh Fowler. Nora Franken. Amanda Catherine France.
All right, Amanda.
Jack Funky. Rachel Lila Gaffey. Carter Gage. Ashley Gallagher. Ada Fabiola Gallegos. Ian Gates. Jocelyn Gembo. Tyler Gazelle. Gage Gingrich. Emily Ariel Granfield. Madison Jane Grovel. Caden Greer. Elliot Grimm. Claire Haig. Jaquez D'Angelo Hall. Tyrus Hall. Calhan Handu. Caleb Hansen. Shantae Hardaway. Sam Harvey. Braden Hatfield. Grace Heddens. Nicholas Heistoffer. Alexandra Nicole Hernandez. Thomas J. Hying. Brooke Hildreth. Jennifer Ho. Melody Marie Hoffman. Trinity Elizabeth Hull. Kaya Hutchinson. Ava Irving. Kufre O. Ituk. Elizabeth Yeager. Emma Johnson. Haley Johnston. Caitlin Johnston.
All right, Miss Jones.
Destiny L. Jones. Mallory Brooke Jones. Thomas James Jungen. Madeline Kane. Jonathan Kamba Kalika. Nicholas K. Kaniki. Amin Karar. Beatrice Kasky. Macy Renee Kazmerzak. Ashlyn Janelle Keeney. Ethan Keeney. Gavin Joseph Keeney. Sydney Kepros. Nolan Bradley Kettleson. Noah Kirk. Kelly Katinge. Kevin Katinge. Bree Klein. Samantha Klein. Noah Klosterman. Mason Kohler. Griffin Kraft. Christivi Simba Kolaba. Hayden Kupka. Quinton Kupka. Peyton Kurtz. Aiden Jones Kucher.
Jody Lamp. Ian Larson. Mariana Leonards. Archie Lewis. Rakai Lewis. Yvonne Liu. Jackson Logan. Ethan Michael Long. Angel Lopez Baina. Griff Lovig. Jasmine Rose Lumsden. Perfina L. Lusanga. Olivia Marie Madsen. Lauren Maris. Sage Marks. Deucalion Martin. Plameldi B. Madiabo. Karen Mwanda. James McKinney, Jr. Ella McLaughlin. Luke Myers. Aaron McCano. Irene McCano. Francis Mitchell, Jr. Christian D. Monavere. Alexander Dean Moon. Tyler Moores. Ella Morgan. Alora Lorraine Elizabeth Murray. Ashley Nadeau. Haley Napoli. Aaron Joshua Neal. Logan Nelson. Bobby Nix. Brianna Noy. Sylvie Natanku. Masoka Obedi. Chloe Noel Opelt. Gloria Pachamu. Karis Patton. Benjamin Thomas Peterson. Jackson Phillip. Jerron Porter. Razane Ayana Pulley. Lillian Autumn Kwas Viafana. Iris Ramirez. Jade Alexia Ramirez. Colin Ramspot. Parin Rastogi. Hannah Reckemer. Michael Ray Rinsing III. Shay Jordan Rich. Shannon Riddle. Killian Beck Ritlin. Mason Riviera. Bodie Caroline Robbins. Kinsley Robertson. Jada Mariah Robinson. Jordan Samuel Robinson. Sam Roz. Anya Elizabeth Rumping. Dylan Jacob Runge. Olivia Russell. Iris May Savage Webster. Carter Shapansky. Elena Schmidt. Carly Alexis Schroeder. Gabrielle Alexis Schroeder. Isaiah Scott. Nissan Ali Shabazz Jones. Joshua Shaw. Brooklyn Shields. Zachary Shields. Danaya Shivapur. Caden Sickler. Vincent Shabani. Boyd Eugene Skelly. Demarius Robert Smith. Hannah Catherine Smith. Joshua Snell. Miles David Sorgi. Trista Spees. Kirsten Spivey. Jordan Stape. Kelsey Renee Steen Lastly. Aiden Dean Stoddard. Posey Bell Lansing Steffler. Julia Grace Stoll. Carly G. Solwer. Logan Summers. Jacob Bradley Swaney. Owen Swartzendruber. TJ Lee Tellis Jr. Elijah D. Terwilliger. Luke B. Thompson. Catherine Elizabeth Tippett. Drake Torrance. Lauren Rice Trent. Jackson John Turgeson. Jacob D. Turgeson. Jenna Nicole Uden. Jaden Urquhart. Connor Michael Van Epps. Mackenzie Van Winkle. Madison Van Winkle. Alex Vellis. Hayden Michael Vickroy. Ava Nicole Walker. Tinley Ann Walker. Rihanna Wanati. Ava Elaine Workentine. Deronda Nadine Washington. Katie Welsh. Elena Nicole Winnig. Zan Wessinger. Cameron Whitehead. Emma Harp Wild. Sam Willett. Darius Jovan Willis Newell. Elena Wilson. Vivian Woltman. Isabel Grace Woody. Caden Yeager.
Not really sure what I'm supposed to do with all these marbles, but we'll figure it out. Congratulations, Liberty High class of 2022. Before our graduates exit the arena, I would like to thank the Liberty Symphonic Orchestra under the direction of Miss Annie Savage, as well as our Liberty Singers under the direction of Mr. Rob Williams and Miss Caitlin Braneman. Soon, our graduates will exit the arena and head back towards the field house. From there, they will collect their actual diploma, so graduates don't forget to do that, and exit to the front entrance of the arena. We would encourage families and friends to find the graduates outside the main entrance for pictures and congratulations. Graduates, please stand for the ceremonial turning of the tassel. If you have not already done so, turn your tassel from the right to the left. Superintendent Degner, Board of Directors, guardians and families, Liberty faculty and staff, all those in attendance, I proudly present the Liberty High class of 2022.